on, guys? At the time of recording this video, it is September 17th, which is almost a month since I last uploaded a video. My last video is also not something that I was too happy with. I thought it could have come out a lot better than it did, but I still thought it was very useful information to put out there, so I'm happy that I did it. But today's a new day, and it's almost a new season as well. Fall is right around the corner. But today I wanted to kind of make an all-encompassing fall video. Fall fashion, fall thrifting, pickups, wish list, stuff like this. It's all going to get covered in this video, and I'm so excited to talk to you about what I think is my favorite season. I feel like year to year my favorite season kind of changes, but it's either summer or fall always. So yeah, let's just jump right into everything I have here, starting with what I think are the fall essentials. I'm not going to talk about just like, you know, typical things that everyone knows they already need for the season. For example, I'm not going to say, oh, you need a lightweight jacket. So instead, I'm going to be focusing on proportions, slept on items. The whole reason I kind of want to start this series, Thrift Like a Pro, is because I think that there's a lot of ways to really calculate moves you make in the thrift and find things that you actually will wear and wear consistently. My first item that I have on this list, you gotta have boxy sweatshirts, whether it's crew necks, hoodies. I like a mixture of both in my closet. Let's talk about the difference in styling between normal fit, boxy, and cropped. Normal sweatshirts I think are good, but I think sometimes when they extend a little too far down past your hip, they can look a little awkward, especially when you're sitting down. Sometimes they rise up in a way that's not too flattering, I've noticed. Cropped is a different conversation. I think crop sweatshirts are a very trendy thing. I think sometimes they're done very well, sometimes they're done very poorly. Overall, I think staying away from cropped sweatshirts is a good idea because, especially with hoodies, if you cut by the pocket, it's gonna look a little weird. These are just items that I think won't stand the test of time in your wardrobe. And ultimately, my main argument against cropping hoodies or sweatshirts is that you're going for the boxy look. So why crop a piece that's not going to look as good when you crop it to aim for the boxy look when you could just find pieces that are already boxy? The sweatshirts that I have that fit me boxy naturally, I gravitate towards because they're the comfiest, they look the best when I style them, and overall, I just think that you can wear them a lot without getting tired of them because of those first two factors. Next up, we have something that I've kind of gravitated towards just this fall so far, which would be thermal shirts. I was never a big thermal shirt guy because I was very uncomfortable in them. Just didn't like the way that they felt. I'm naturally warm, so they would make me kind of like overheat. The key with a thermal shirt is to go a size up, because when you go a size up, you can layer it with a t-shirt, you can wear it by itself, and it's gonna feel a lot more comfortable than if you go true to size. Recently have thrifted 2 thermal shirts that fit double XL. As someone that's a size XL, I think that they fit me perfectly. I think if you've gravitated away from thermal shirts like I used to do as well, try them out in a size larger and go thrift them, because that's where the best quality ones are. When you're thrifting them, pro tip, go a size up and go 100% cotton if you can. Next up, we got cotton or cotton blend sweaters, as opposed to other materials like acrylic, wool, or polyester sweaters, which I'm like, why is that even a thing? Maybe even also, pro tip here, along with the thermal shirts, go a size up. I think that going a size up in the outer layer things is always going to feel a little bit more comfy. Yeah, cotton sweaters overall are just a great piece to have a couple of in your fall wardrobe and winter wardrobe. Go for a cotton sweater this fall. They're all over the thrift store. Really good ones too. Next up, I have vintage blank t-shirts. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about this, but go thrift them, you know, black tees, white tees, make sure that they're 100% cotton. I think my favorite vintage t-shirts I have, I don't remember the brand name, but I'll show the tag on the screen right now. I have 2 blank vintage shirts from this brand. I would say my second favorite blank would be Gildan. The Gildan blanks that they were making from like 2000 to like 2007 are some of the comfiest shirts that you can find in terms of blanks, or just honestly normal t-shirts too. If you find one with a graphic on it, might as well pick it up. Go with whatever your gut tells you. If you see some cool blank t-shirts in the thrift that are just a random brand, go for it. That's what I did with that first brand I was talking about. Vintage t-shirts, black, white, gray is a great one, brown, dark green. navy blue. I could go all day. Get those colors and you will be set for so many outfits. Next up, we got loafers and an everyday sneaker. In the pickup section of this video, I'll talk a little bit about some footwear I've recently gotten, but I did get a pair of loafers and a new pair of everyday sneakers that I'm super excited for. If you have a good pair of loafers and a good pair of everyday sneakers, that's really going to be all you need for a majority of the season. If you have a pair of boots, that's also great, but I don't love boots. I think they can kind of be overkill sometimes, especially for just day-to-day like street fashion, like just going to class for me as a college student. Until there's snow on the ground, I'm not going to wear boots. Good pair of loafers. GH Bass Co. is a great pair that you can find secondhand. Doc Martens, really just any loafers that you see and gravitate towards in the thrift store, regardless of the brand. Just try them on, see if they fit good. And if they do, just pick them up. I guarantee you'll be busting them out like all season long because it's a different option from sneakers. When it comes to sneakers, I'm a New Balance guy myself. I've been a New Balance guy for quite some time now. I also like Asics. I recently tried on a pair of Asics at a thrift store that I go to. I didn't end up getting them because I got a pair of shoes that was already similar. But I'm already thinking about going back and getting them because of how comfy they were. I think they were a pair of the gel lights, and yeah, they felt like I was walking on a cloud. So if you're in the market for a new pair of sneakers, I would go New Balance, Asics. I'm also still a big fan of Adidas and what they're doing. Look in that realm of brands and find what you like. Some last minute rapid fire ones I'm just gonna shoot off because they're pretty self-explanatory. Get some straight fit or baggy fitting jeans. I'm usually opting for in between dark and light wash or light wash jeans as of late. One day I would like to get into a pair of like selvage denim, raw denim type deal. We'll see how that goes. In terms of accessories, I think you just need a big ass tote bag first of all. A big tote bag is to fall like sandals are to summer. It's an essential. You absolutely need one because when you're out at a farmer's market or you're out picking pumpkins or you're going to a scary movie, you're going just out and about, you know, enjoying the fall weather. You need a tote bag on you that's going to carry everything you need for the day, anything that you're going to buy for the day, and lightweight cotton beanies. My good friend Cool Water Dry Goods has her own lightweight cotton beanies that I live and die by. I would not recommend any other beanie that I've ever tried. They've all had their own flaws. These beanies that I have like 6 of them in my room. I'm not even kidding. I don't know what it is about them. They're all just 100% cotton, little fisherman's beanies. They are truly the perfect beanie because they are literally my bread and butter when it comes to fall and winter headwear. I don't wear these hats in winter. I just can't do it. But I wear those beanies all the time.
What is this?
What?
We're going on a 2-day trip. What are you, Diana Ross?
I happen to dress based on mood.
Oh. But you essentially wear the same thing all the time.
Seemingly. But within that basic framework, there are many subtle variations, only discernible to an acute observer, that reflect the many moods, the many shades, the many sides of George Costanza.
And what mood is this?
This is Morning Mist.
I didn't just buy a bunch of stuff just for fall because once again that wouldn't be very sustainable of me, but I do have some new things I'd like to talk about because I think that they're all very good essential pieces for a fall wardrobe. First up, I have a gray Champion boxy hoodie from the University of Minnesota. I love the color palette of this hoodie. I think that nice like neutral gray, it's not heather gray, it's not dark gray, it's just like a nice vintage gray, and that dark red lettering is gonna go perfect with a lot of the greens and the other gray tones that I have in my wardrobe. Next up, I have a jacket also from the same day when I was in Avalon Exchange. It's from a brand called Ryoko Rain. Retail, this jacket was $180. I did not pay that much for it. I do love the style of it. I love the boxy fit of it. I love the fact that it's reversible. I think that the pattern on the inside is a bit loud. However, that's not to say I would never wear it. I think that inside style is cool too. The butterflies on the inside print kind of stand out a little bit more, so you never know. I think I could wear it either way. It was just a super cool piece. I thought that their branding on it was pretty cool too. Very simple. It is very loud. It's a very loud piece, but it was loud in a way that I think I could still see myself wearing, genuinely. So I grabbed it. The next piece that I want to talk about is this genuine leather fake silver belt that I found. I think I got it from a thrift store for like $4, but yeah, the leather's real, leather's good quality, but the belt buckle is so cool. It's something that my grandpa would have. The belt buckle is such a cool shape, and yeah, it fits me perfectly. It's definitely more of a decorative belt, but also the Aztec pattern around the leather that's painted on there, super cool detail. I don't know how often I'll be styling that one, but I definitely think that it's a cool statement piece to bust out, you know, whenever I might need it. I think for $4, I can't complain. It was such a cool thrift find. Next up, I found this dark green fleece jacket from the brand Pro Spirit. Super nice feel to it. It's really soft, unlike a lot of fleeces that I find. Super comfortable. It's a little in between the boxy and awkward phase of length measurement, which I don't mind. I found this one back in April, and ever since I found it, I've been looking forward to being able to wear it in the fall season. I think it'll be a nice little understated piece that I can wear through the colder months of the year. As I mentioned before, I found a couple thermal shirts recently, one of which was this Izod, they call it their vintage brand, Izod brown thermal shirt. It's got 2 buttons. It's super nice in between light and dark brown color. Perfect for layering with t-shirts. Super essential piece for me. I'm looking forward to wearing it all fall season. Final little tops find, I thrifted this Carhartt denim hooded jacket. Specifically, it's the J139 DST jacket with the flannel lining on the inside. This is a super popular Carhartt model. These go for crazy money, and yes, I did thrift it. I cannot remember the last time I thrifted a Carhartt jacket, let alone one that was that crazy. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it for myself. If I end up selling it, it'll be on my website. I had to at least mention it in this video just so I could brag about it one more time, because once again, I don't know when the next time I will be able to thrift a Carhartt jacket will be, but it won't be for a while based on my luck. And now I actually have 3 pairs of shoes to talk about. I never get shoes, and the reasoning behind that is I love the shoes that I have. I wear them until they're literally not wearable anymore. I got a pair of New Balance 990 V4s. They're in the core/gray colorway. This is one of their Made in America models, so I always feel good about the social impact of these shoes. Making products that are in America is a sign of better labor laws. They're just super comfy, super good quality. I previously had a pair of 990 V3s. I still currently have them, and whenever I come home from college, she's always like, dude, we gotta do something about the shoes. So for my birthday, you know, she didn't really surprise me with them. We kind of had a talk about what pair of shoes I'd be willing to replace the 990 V3s with. I went for something a little different. I got the 990 V4s. There's a couple little details that make it a little bit different, but they're practically almost the same shoe. I'm really excited to bust them out, break them in, and wear them from this fall into hopefully the next couple years. And speaking of shoes that my parents are about to take away from me, my Birkenstock Bostons are falling apart. This one I completely understand. You know, they take one look at the bottom of those shoes and they're like, for your own safety, those have got to go. It's gonna pain me. I've had those ones since like freshman year of college, like super early on. So almost 3 whole years now, probably. It's gotten to the point where they're completely falling apart. And also, a lot of people have them now in that colorway, and a lot of the bootleg ones too. I think that it was time for a replacement, so I went with a different colorway this time around. So I opted for the suede leather ones instead of the normal leather ones, and I also got them in the mocha colorway. Love the way that they look, and I'm so excited to wear them. And then the last pair of shoes I want to talk about is a pair that I actually thrifted, and they are the GH Bass & Co. suede loafers. They were in super good condition when I found them. They still are. I haven't been able to wear them much because it's been super hot out. I kind of like the red laces that I found them with. I don't know if I'm going to keep them long term, but for now, why not? You know, they're a cool little unique touch. I think they'll look super good with like light wash denim, and I'm excited to see the fits that I can kind of build with those shoes. So yeah, those are 3 pairs of shoes that I got recently. And then the final fall pickup is actually this TV. I got this on Facebook Marketplace for $20. Well, it was supposed to be $20, and then I felt bad for the guy's situation. To find a VHS TV for that cheap that actually works, I didn't have to drive that far for it either. It was like 10 minutes away. It was super cool, and I already have a VHS player at my house connected to a modern TV, but when I had my vintage pop-up at my school last week, I wanted to have one of these for a display on the table, just to be like playing movies and TV shows all day. People were gawking at it at my pop-up. Like, it worked. My whole idea for, you know, luring in new customers with this cool TV, it worked. So this is definitely going to be a statement piece at all of my pop-ups going forward. I love it so much. And yeah, definitely one of my best purchases to kind of, you know, settle into the fall season. Now let's get into my fall wish list. These are the items that I'm on the lookout for when I'm thrifting, things that I think other people might also take inspiration from if they hear me talk about them. They're very niche to me, like it's just things that I really kind of want but don't necessarily need. Okay, starting off super broad, I'm looking for a pair of dark blue work pants. I would love a pair of Carhartt dungaree pants with the leather patch if possible, but I'll settle for anything that's that nice cotton canvas, honestly. Just because I think they would go with a lot of colors I own, whether it's brown, like gray, white, black. Like, it's just such a solid color, and I have a lot of shirts and tops, sweatshirts, whatever, that are that color, but I think that having a pair of pants that are that color would open up a whole new world of wearing tops that makes it feel not as basic as wearing something that's like, you know, blue jeans or like black pants. I'm also looking for any secondhand Story MFG. If you don't know, Story MFG is a very sustainable brand based out of London. I learned about their brand about a year ago, and I've been obsessed with it ever since. I'm actually doing a project in my brand management class in college right now about Story MFG, and I really want to get a piece from them. However, it's just so pricey, and that's okay because what they're doing is awesome. So I'm gonna get it secondhand so I don't have to spend that much money. I'm definitely looking at the bucket hats that they're famous for. I think those are super cool. They have some really awesome jackets and sweatshirts that I love. Their sweaters are super cool. Like anything, honestly. I'll get anything from that brand because of how much I love what they're doing over there. Yeah, it's gonna have to be secondhand because I do not want to put up that much money for any clothing. Being able to shop that brand secondhand is also a very sustainable way to support a sustainable company. Moving on from that, I'm always on the lookout for vintage jewelry. I feel like the pieces I have right now are pretty basic. That's not a bad thing. I want to get more basic pieces though. I'd like to get perhaps a tiny watch. I'm not a huge watch guy, but being able to find one would be kind of cool. I don't know, maybe. The dream watch is always going to be a Cartier tank watch, but obviously I cannot afford that. So finding a small watch, definitely would like to find a ring or two. I have larger fingers, so a lot of rings don't fit me. I'm super excited to like look through ring bins whenever I'm at like antique stores or like thrift stores. Just never happen to find anything that actually fits me. I'm always also looking for bracelets. I have these two permanent bracelets. I'd love to get ones that kind of like stack nice with them. And then yeah, just more necklaces, whatever, dude. I'll literally find whatever and wear it as long as it's something that just catches my eye. I'm down to wear whatever. So yeah, trying to find more vintage jewelry this fall. And lastly, I want to talk a little bit about the fall plans that I have to encourage anyone out there to also make fall plans. I think as it starts to get colder, my seasonal depression kind of hits in like January after the holidays. I know it's different for everyone though, so I think talking about plans that I'm making for fall can maybe help those of you out there that struggle with, you know, wanting to get out of the house when it gets colder. Maybe it helps you find things that you want to do. So yeah, I'm going to talk about some of the things I got going on in the next couple months. First up, I have 3 concerts that I'm really excited for. I actually just recently saw Cage the Elephant with my parents. That was my second time seeing them. My first time seeing them was in like 2014 to 16, somewhere in that range. So 10 years later almost, it was crazy to see them again because they still have just as much energy as when I first saw them. That was such a great show. For the rest of the fall season, I have 3 concerts lined up. This Friday, the week that I'm filming this, I'm going to see Charlie XCX and Troye Sivan on the Sweat Tour with 2 of my friends. And then in October, I'm going to see Anderson .Paak in Detroit playing Malibu in its entirety. He's just playing that album with the Free Nationals, the band that he recorded that album with. I jumped on those tickets when they went live. I was originally going to go with my girlfriend, but she can't go, so I'm also going with my roommate and my best friend here, Jaden. And then also later in October, we're going to see an artist that me and Jaden both love called Ginger Root. And he's actually performing at a local venue called Mahal's in Lakewood. And I'm super excited to see him because I've been a fan of his now for a couple years. He also just released a new album last week. I'm a big fan of the album. I'm excited to see all three of those concerts. These are acts that I've wanted to see for years. So being able to see all three of them within the span of the next, like 4 weeks, it's gonna be crazy, but I'm so excited for it. Tattoos. I actually got a tattoo last week. It was a flash event for Friday the 13th. It's the Virgin Mary crying, like a Renaissance painting of that with thorns around it. And because it's, one per person, I'm the only one that got that flash design. It turned out so good. It's so detailed. Her style is photorealistic, so it looks beautiful. I think the placement of it is lovely. But I'm also getting another tattoo in about 2 weeks that I've had booked for a while, because that one I was a little impulsive on the flash one. This other one I've had booked since probably July. It is a picture of my mom as a child with an eye patch on holding a snake out. It's one of the coolest pictures ever. Full transparency, when I first talked about this design with my mom, she kind of hated it. But the more that I kind of talked to her about why I was getting it, the more she kind of liked it. I think, tattoos are not the cure for seasonal depression. What I am saying is that I think it's cool to make plans for fall. I take big breaks in between my tattoos that I get. Obviously not this time around, these last two. The break that I had between getting the first one I got a week ago and my last tattoo was a very long time. In that time, it's cool to spend your time kind of thinking about what you want to get. If you want to get a tattoo, think about the world of possibilities of really cool artwork that you could put on yourself to be meaningful to you for the rest of your life. And then finally, school projects and also service work that I'm doing through school. I'm involved in several organizations at my school, and I'm excited to keep working on them while I'm here. School is a very good way to stay involved and stay active during the colder months. It gives you good reasons to see friends and stay connected with people. If you're watching this and you're a current college student, definitely join a club. Join an organization. Do something fun with your time off. And still reserve time for yourself. You don't want to give all your time away or overextend. Getting involved in these organizations has not only changed my professional life, where I'm able to talk to people about what I do and all the work I've done while I've been in school, but it's also changed my personal life. I've made friends that I would have never otherwise made because I got involved. And I think that anyone that's not involved in any organizations at school is really missing out on the connections you can make, just friend-wise, at these places. And above all, just kind of like the theme of this section is, kind of get out of the house during fall and have a reason to just kind of be alive, and enjoy life. I hope you take away something from this video, whether it's, fashion advice for fall essentials, inspiration from my pickups that I've gotten, or just plans that you're thinking of now because I talked about what I'm gonna end up doing this fall. And let me know down below if you have a wish list for fall, whether it's, pieces of clothing, accessories, cameras, a TV, just stuff you collect. Let me know down in the comments below. I want to hear what you guys are kind of looking for during this fall. This is a two-way street here where I get to talk about what I'm looking for and then you get to talk about what you're looking for. I'm gonna try to be a little bit more active now on YouTube again. I had to get acclimated to school again, but now that I've been back for this is week 4 that we're currently doing now, I feel a lot more comfortable with being able to get back into this. So yeah, I'm excited to do it. And until the next one, I will see you later. Bye, guys.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll buy a cup if you buy a box of my delicious Girl Scout cookies. Do we have a deal?
Are they made from real Girl Scouts?